What's going on, fellow Star Wars fans? It's Prestige back with another Star Wars video. Now, what if Obi-Wan ended up killing Anakin in Revenge of the Sith? I think this would change a lot of stuff. If you've been enjoying these Star Wars what-ifs, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I've had a ton of fun making these, and you guys really seem to be enjoying them. But without further ado, let's get started. As Obi-Wan stared down at a burned and charred Anakin, a few tears started to stream down his face. I can't leave him like this. I don't want him to suffer this way before he dies. As Obi-Wan looked up to see a shuttle fly over and land at one of the landing bays, Obi-Wan knew he didn't have much time, as he used the Force to throw his lightsaber to Anakin, stabbing him in the back. Obi-Wan then quickly used Force speed to get on Padme's ship and fly off. As Palpatine walked over to see Anakin's lifeless body, he was filled with pure rage. The apprentice he had been aiming for, the perfect apprentice, was now taken from him, as Palpatine fired a fury of Force lightning in the sky in pure outrage. Back on Polis Massa, Padme would give birth to Luke and Leia and then would die of a broken heart, where Obi-Wan and Yoda would still decide to separate the twins to hide them from Palpatine, where Luke would go to Tatooine and Leia would go to the Organas. Meanwhile, Palpatine needed a new apprentice now with Anakin dead. Using all the newly formed Empire's resources, he would track down Darth Maul, and with some convincing cough cough Force lightning, he would have Maul as his apprentice once again. Maul, who was given no choice on the matter, was not happy about being Palpatine's new apprentice, as he knew better than anyone that once Palpatine found a better option, Maul was done for. Maul decided to do some work on his own to track down Obi-Wan, and after 2 years of searching, he finally arrived on the planet with twin suns. Maul would enter the cantina and ignite his pure red lightsaber and begin to interrogate everyone in the bar, asking them about Kenobi. And finally, someone said that there were rumors of a cloaked wizard who lived deep in the desert. As Maul walked out of the cantina and got on a speeder, he thought, revenge will finally be mine. Obi-Wan in his hut awoke from another nightmare about Anakin. Even after 2 years, the nightmares just wouldn't stop, as he sensed something. Something he hadn't felt in years. As he sprung out of his bed, grabbed his lightsaber, and rode his Yopi as fast as he could to the Lars homestead. As Maul rode his speeder to the Lars homestead, he saw a man walking out of the hut screaming for him to get lost. As Maul shouted, "Where is Kenobi?" "Kenobi?" Owen Lars said. "There's no Kenobi here, only me and my family." As Maul ignited his lightsaber, "I will not ask again. Where is Kenobi? He and I have unfinished business." "I see you still haven't learned how to ask nicely," Obi-Wan said as he got off his ride, igniting his lightsaber. As the duel to decide Luke's fate commenced. For the first time, Darth Maul was completely focused. He knew this was his last chance of killing Obi-Wan, as he knew it was only a matter of time before Palpatine would try to replace him. But Obi-Wan's defenses were like a brick wall. There was nothing getting past him, not even the speed of a completely focused Maul. Maul flipped back and proceeded to ask, "Why are you protecting this worthless femme?" As Maul saw a small child peek from inside the hut. "I see. Now, so you're protecting someone." Felt like Maul hit the jackpot, and he found Kenobi, and now had an opportunity to have an apprentice of his own to overthrow Sidious. However, Obi-Wan was not going to lose. He failed Anakin, but he would not fail Anakin's son, as he quickly blocked one of Maul's fast strikes and counterattacked, cutting right through Maul's shoulder, killing him. As Obi-Wan saw Owen get out of his hut, "Thank you," he said begrudgingly. "If it weren't for you, I need to take Luv off-world for the time being," Obi-Wan interrupted. "Who the hell do you think you are?" Owen said angrily. "It's your fault this monster came here. Why should I leave him with you? He's in grave danger here. If the Emperor discovers he's here, we'll trash the body. No one will know what happened." Obi-Wan knew there was no convincing Owen, as he rode off. However, later that night, Obi-Wan would sneak into Larm's homestead and would take Luke when he was sleeping, stealing a ship, and head to Dagobah. As Obi-Wan would land on Dagobah with Luke, he would tell Yoda everything that happened on Tatooine. "Our time to strike it is," Yoda would tell Obi-Wan. "You mean confront the Emperor? Confront him we will. If we're going to confront Palpatine, then we'll need somebody to watch over Luke." As Obi-Wan would go through some contacts to find Ahsoka, where she would watch over Luke on Dagobah, while Yoda and Obi-Wan would go bait out Palpatine. "Let me go with you," Ahsoka pleaded. "No," Master Yoda's replied. "If fail we do, the last hope you will be." "Everything will be all right, Ahsoka," Obi-Wan said. "This is just a last resort measure." As Obi-Wan and Yoda would head off to get Yoda another lightsaber, and then bait out Palpatine. First thing Obi-Wan and Yoda would have to discuss is how they were going to bait out the Emperor, when Obi-Wan would come up with a perfect idea. They would start mass rumors of a Jedi temple being formed on a remote planet. With Maul out of the picture, Palpatine would have to go himself to take care of it. As these rumors would take weeks to finally gain traction, Obi-Wan and Yoda would use this time to spar and come up with strategies on how to go about this. While a few straggling Jedi would show up and would aid in this fight. Finally, the day arrived when Palpatine would arrive and not see any temples, as he got out of a shuttle when he was met with Obi-Wan, Yoda, and about 6 other Jedi. Enraged, he would fire a fury of Force lightning, knocking all the Jedi back except for Yoda and Obi-Wan, as he would draw 2 lightsabers from his cloak and would spin at Obi-Wan and Yoda, who were ready for the attacks. As the other Jedi got up slowly and joined the fight, only to be picked off one by one, until Obi-Wan and Yoda were the last ones standing. As the fight dragged on, Palpatine was starting to tire out a bit, as he's been rusty since the last lightsaber duel he had was against Yoda more than 2 years ago. And finally, Palpatine knew he was at his limit. He fired a continuous wave of Force lightning, staggering Yoda and Obi-Wan back for a second. However, these waves were not as powerful as the first waves Palpatine launched when he first got to the planet. As Obi-Wan and Yoda started to get closer and closer, Palpatine grew enraged and put even more power into his Force ability. But it was no use, as he saw Yoda's lightsaber slice right through his chest, killing him. Obi-Wan and Yoda would return to Dagobah, retrieving Ahsoka and Luke to start their new Jedi Academy, one that would not be plagued by politics. After the news of the Emperor's death spread, the Senate would elect Bail Organa to replace him, where Bail would end the Empire and return to democracy. Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Ahsoka would train Luke and eventually Leia when she got a little bit older, as the Jedi would rebuild once again. Obi-Wan's nightmares would not stop, but he would find a little pride in helping guide Anakin's children on the Jedi path. I had a lot of fun making this What If. I really wanted to tell a story in this one, and I thought it might be a little bit more entertaining. The playlist on the right includes my other 2 fan fictions. What if Anakin never turned to the dark side, and what if Qui-Gon survived? If you like this one, you might like those ones as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.